Today's goal is to graph a system of linear inequalities. Our previous lesson just talked about graphing one linear inequality. Now we're going to do a system of linear inequalities, which means we're going to deal with more than just one line. So if I have y is greater than 5x plus 3, I know the y-intercept is 3, and this slope is negative 5, so I go down 5 over 1, and now I'm going to draw a line like that. Um, and now we have a greater than or equal to. It's a solid line, so it's equal to. Greater than would be we're going to shade one side. And what I like to do is just a tiny shade right here. I'm just going to just do a tiny shade just to show that this is the direction for the first one. All right. Now our second one is y is greater than negative 2. Now that is not an equal to, so it's just y is greater than negative 2. That is, if y is equal, it would be this line. I'm going to do a dotted line to show that it's not equal, but now we got to see, is y greater above or below? Y is greater above, so I'm just going to choose a different color, and then again do the small shaded. All right, so now we have to think about what region will be shaded twice. So we know it has to be to the right of this line and above this line. So in another color, hopefully people can tell that this whole area here is our shaded section. So this is the answer for a system of linear inequalities. Let's try another one. Y is greater than or equal to x minus 3. X minus 3, we're going up 1 over 1. And so I'm going to draw this. So we got to do greater than. So I'm going to do a quick little shade on the top half here. And then y is greater than or equal to negative x minus 1. So negative x minus 1 down like this, because we've got a slope of negative 1. And I'm going to graph this line because it's equal to, we can do solid. And greater than that, I'll do a different color, is going to be right here. And so now we take a look and see what is the place that both of these are going to be shading. And I'll do a new color. And it looks like everything up here is going to be shaded. All right, now sometimes there are more complicated problems like this. There's multiple ways to do it, but what I would do is I would solve for y. So I'd subtract 4x on both sides, so negative 3y is less than negative 4x plus 9. Then I divide by a negative 3. And remember, when you divide by a negative 3, the sign flips. So it would be negative 4 over 3, which would be 4/3 x. And remember, when we're dividing by a negative 3, both things divide by negative 3. So 9 divided by a negative 3, 9 divided by negative 3 is negative 3. So here we have a point negative 3. We go up 4 over 3. And there's our other point. And then we connect them. Now it says y is greater than that, so I am just going to shade the top half of this line. This next one I'll do in green. I'll subtract x on both sides, so 3y is greater than x minus 6. Divide by 3. Y is greater than, this would be, that would be 2 minus, that would be, there's like a 1 there, so it'd be like 1/3 x, or x over 3, whichever way you want to write it. So the y-intercept is 2. We go, the slope is negative 1/3, so we go down 1 over 3. And, one thing I noticed that I did wrong on this first one is it's just less than, so that should be a dotted line. Here we go. And so the second one should be a dotted line as well. So it should look like something like that. And now to shade the second one, it's y is greater than. So we can do this area here. And the area that is in common in both of them happens to be this area here. All right, we have one more. Try to do this one yourself. Pause the video and then come back for the answer. All right, so I solve for y. This one was a little bit easier to solve for y. I'm going to go up 3 and down 1 each time, and that should be a solid line. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Get this back. And there we go. And this should be, oh, that one is the bottom one, so that one's going to be less than. The second one, we have negative x minus 3, and then down 1 over 1 like this. Looks like these are going to be parallel lines. This is, again, a solid line. And now we're going to do the top half. So the place where it's included in both of these is the middle. So this area right here is the place that's included in both of these graphs. All right, hopefully that makes sense. Now hopefully you can finish your homework.